Coca-Cola, without a doubt, we all know it and love to consume it, but I assure you that you are not aware of anything you are going to see today. From its humble beginnings, where a young pharmacist seeks the perfect formula to create a drink that would revolutionize the entire world, to its dark relationship with the Nazis, Coca-Cola has left a disturbing and intriguing mark on history. But how has it become the most consumed drink in the world? Is it as deadly and harmful as scientists say? We reveal the disturbing history of Coca-Cola. It all begins in 1831 with the birth of John St. Pemberton, its creator. From a young age, his path in life was not easy. He started studying at the University of Medicine in Atlanta. Everything was going well until something happened that marked him for life: the death of his father. At that moment, the family's economy depended on him, so after his loss, young John had to start working. In 1855, he opened his first business, which would be none other than a pharmacy. It started really well, but then the Civil War broke out in the United States, so John had to put his business on hold and join the fight. His battlefield skills were remarkable, so he was named Lieutenant Colonel. When his exploits in the war continued to grow, life dealt him another blow. While fighting, he was shot, almost ending his life, forcing him to leave the battlefield and everything related to the military. Once recovered from his bullet wound, he refocused on his work as a pharmacist. It was a time when scientists were booming, and daily a wine coca was a mixture of alcohol, cocaine extracts, and cola nut, intended to be a medicinal tonic, without imagining what it would achieve years later. But then prohibition came to the United States, a law that banned alcohol in several regions. So John had to adapt and change his formula, only removing the alcohol and keeping the other ingredients. John, the creator of Coca-Cola, died in 1887 due to stomach cancer, so he never witnessed the massive success of his formula. Despite his death, the company's story does not end here. Just a year later, an Atlanta businessman named Asa Candler acquired the rights to Coca-Cola and took control of the brand. His contribution to the company was immediate. He quickly eliminated competitors by slightly varying the drink's ingredients and adding soda, providing a unique flavor and keeping its formula secret so competitors could not copy it. Candler was a pioneer in the world of marketing and did everything in his power to make Coca-Cola known. Among other things, he gave out free coupons so people could try the drink and hired prominent illustrators to place Coca-Cola posters all over the state, creating iconic advertisements. The results came quickly, and soon he was selling tons of this drink inside and outside the United States. In 1892, he founded the Coca-Cola Company to prevent counterfeiting and patent the brand. That same year, its characteristic logo was created, which has varied little over the years. Along with the logo also came the ingenious design of its containers and bottles, which are still preserved today with few modifications. And so Coca-Cola was definitely born, which then began to invest large amounts of money in advertising, hiring celebrities for its ads, and using unique and distinctive designs in its drink packaging. At the beginning of the 20th century, after several investigations, it was concluded that Coca-Cola was a threat to the health and safety of citizens due to its most addictive ingredient, cocaine. So, it was forced to remove it from its recipe. But this was not a problem for the company, as they replaced it with decaffeinated coca leaf extracts to maintain the flavor, but dissolve the effects of cocaine. After this change, thanks to their extraordinary marketing strategies, they even managed to create the impression that Coca-Cola was a healthy drink by using athletes in their advertising campaigns. At that same time, the company began to use the figure of Santa Claus in its Christmas advertising campaigns. Some claim that Coca-Cola created Santa Claus, but that is just a myth. Santa's figure already existed, but when Coca-Cola started using it as an image, it became famous. So Coca-Cola did not invent it, but it did popularize it. Everything seemed like a success for the company, but things started to darken. World War II began, and Coca-Cola suffered the consequences. However, It took advantage of this opportunity to launch campaigns supplying thousands of tons of Coca-Cola to American soldiers to advertise and show commitment to its country. Later, the United States imposed restrictions and banned sending goods to Germany due to the Nazi regime. This is where the company created another beverage giant. Coca-Cola already had a headquarters in Germany, and after the restrictions imposed by the United States, the lack of resources in the German factory made the company executives think about solving this problem. Then, to avoid losing sales, the idea arose to create a derivative drink from Coca-Cola that required fewer ingredients for its creation and could replace Coca-Cola in Germany, at least during these times when they could not supply the German factory. This is how Fanta was born. The formula for Fanta was very similar to Coca-Cola's, but they added apple and whey milk as new ingredients to create that distinctive Fanta flavor. This new drink was a success from day one, providing great economic benefits for the company and the Nazi German government. After the war, the drink was internationalized. The double face that the company had shown with Coca-Cola, presenting itself as a loyal company to the United States and creating Fanta to camouflage itself and sell its products in Nazi Germany, helped it create the world's largest beverage empire and generate double the money. Although later these acts would make many people doubt their business ethics and dark background, motivated by a desire to make money at any cost, Coca-Cola has never been without controversy. Today, it is one of the most harmful companies in the world, not only for being the largest plastic polluter, but also for being accused of causing obesity, diabetes, and other diseases like addiction due to its excess sugar and harmful substances for the body. As we can see, more than a drink to enjoy with the family, it is a lethal poison accessible to everyone, including minors. A true, silent epidemic. It is impressive how a company with such an old history is also so successful to this day, owning offices and factories in more than 200 countries. This makes it the most consumed drink in the world. Today, Coca-Cola owns more than 500 brands that were once its competition. But the wise thing is not to compete, but to buy the competition, something the company already has experience in. Some of the best-known brands that belong to Coca-Cola are Monster Energy, Schweppes or Powerade. At this point, we cannot help but notice that the history of Coca-Cola, despite being a worldwide success with a curious origin, also has dark episodes that show the B side of big companies and how the greed for power leads them to make decisions that threaten the lives of innocent people just for a little more money. Now the question is for you. Do you think Coca-Cola should continue to exist?